Good morning, everyone. Our topic for today is Lesson 4-4 Multiply a decimal by a whole number. You will find this lesson on page 183 up to page 186 from your book. Here are the learning objectives for today's lesson. You're going to use placed value in understanding and a standard algorithm to multiply decimal by a whole number. Solve more problems involving multiplying a decimal by a whole number. Let's analyze this problem. A car travels 1.15 kilometers in 1 minute. If it travels at a constant speed, how far will it travel in 3 minutes? In 5 minutes? So solve this problem any way you choose. When we say constant speed, it means the same number of kilometers every minute. So, as you can see for Maricella's work, Maricela uses number sense to make the decimal points in the products and correctly completes the table. So in 1 minute, it should be 1.15 kilometer. That is the distance per kilometer. So in 2 minutes, twice of it. So 1.15 multiplied by 2, that is 2.3. Then in 3 minutes, it means 1.15 multiplied by 3, that is 3.45, or 1.15 plus 1.15 plus 1.15, because multiplication is repeated addition. And in 4 minutes, multiplied by 1.15, that is 4.6. And in 5 minutes, 5 multiplied by 1.15 is 5.75. Look at Alvaro's work. Alvaro multiplies correctly but does not place the decimal points in the products when completing the table. So as you can see, 1 multiplied by 1.15, 1 multiplied by 115 is 115. But supposed to be there is 2 decimal places. He forgot to put the decimal point. Okay? So in short, in multiplying whole number and decimal, the decimal point is very important at the end of the product. If you did not write or if you did not put the decimal point at the product, it means your answer becomes wrong. So how do you multiply a decimal by a whole number? Multiplying decimal by a whole number is just like multiplying a whole number. So the ticket price to a minor league baseball game increased 1700 times last year's ticket price. If the last year or if last year's price was $26, how much is the increase? So what are we going to do is we need to multiply as you would with whole numbers. So 26 multiplied by 17. So my first step is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to change this into whole number. Okay. So 7 multiplied by 6 is 42. Regroup 4. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 4 is 18. Then put 0. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. Then add. This becomes 2. 14. Regroup 1. 4. So I have 4, 4, 2. Then the last step is count the number of decimal places. The number of decimal places counting after the decimal point. So this is your decimal point. How many digits do you have? You have 2. It means you have 2 decimal places. So from the last digit of your product, move 2 going to the left. 1 and 2. So the answer is 4.42. So that is how to multiply. Now, what is the difference between multiplying a whole number by a decimal and multiplying two whole numbers? So when multiplying a whole number by a decimal, you count decimal places and place a decimal point in the product. Question number 2. Use the admission information on the previous page. How much will admission cost to a minor league game this year? Explain how you would find the answer. So it should be $30.42. Why? Because $26 plus 4.42, that is equivalent to $30.42. Now, let's find the product. So I told you when multiplying decimals by a whole number is just like multiplying both as a whole number. So 9.8, that is 98, and 2. Ignore first the decimal. So 2 times 8 is 16, regroup 1. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 1 is 19. Then after that, you need to count the number of decimal place. Here, how many decimal places do we have? Only one. It means one movement from the last digit going to the left. So my decimal now is in between 9 and 6. That's why the answer is 19.6. Another, I'll change the decimal as a whole number, 67, multiplied by 8. 8 times 7 is 56, regroup 5. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 5 is 53. So I have 5, 3, 6. Then after that, I will count the number of decimal, 1 and 2. So I have two movements going to the left from the last digit, 1 and 2. So my decimal now is in between 5 and 3. So the answer is 5.36. Another, 34 multiplied by 5.3. If I'm going to multiply that one just like a whole number, it should be 34 by 53. So 4 times 3 is 12, regroup 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Then I need to add 0. 5 times 4 is 20, regroup 2. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17. Then add 2, 0, 8, 1. Then how many decimal places do I have? I have only one. So from the last digit, move 1. So the answer is 180.2. Another, 44.6 means 46 multiplied by 21. 1 times 6 is 6, 1 times 4 is 4. Then put 0. 2 times 6 is 12, regroup 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Then this is 6, 6, and 9. Then how many decimal places? 1. From the last digit, move 1 to the left. So my decimal now is in between 6. So 96.6 is the answer. Another, this is 0.6 becomes 6. And this is 15 becomes 15. So 15 multiplied by 6. This is 30, regroup 3, and 9. So I have 90, but I have one decimal point. So move going to the left one time. So the answer is 9.0 or 9. Another, 55 multiplied by 11. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 5 is 5. Then I need to put 0. The same thing, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 5 is 5. Then add 5, 10, regroup 1. This becomes 6. So 605. Then how many decimal places? 1. Move going to the left. So the answer is 60.5. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and answer the following. Time is up. So the answer is 311.4 for number 9. Number 10, 1284. Number 11, 8.8. Number 12, 131.1. Number 13, 63.8. Number 14, 22.4. 15 is 0.51. 16 is 29.7. 17 is 41.86. 18 is 45.7. 19 is 1076. And 20 is 30.48. Let's answer the mathematical practices and problem solving. To meet peak energy demand, an electric power cooperative buys back electricity generated locally. They pay 0.07 or 7 hundredths per solar powered kilowatt hour. How much money does the school make when it sells back 956 kilowatt hour to the cooperative? So the answer is 66.92. So I'll just simply multiply 956 multiplied by 7. 7 multiplied by 6 is 42, so regroup 4. 7 multiplied by 5 is 35, plus 4 is 39, regroup 3. 9 times 7 is 63, plus 3 is 66. Then I have two decimal places for 7 tenths, or 7 hundredths rather. So move two decimal places going to the left. So the answer is 66.92. Another, the airline that Vince is using has a baggage weight limit of 41 pounds. He has two green bags, each weighing 18.4 pounds. So it means 18.4 multiplied by 2 to get the total number of pounds for the green bags. So 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16, regroup 1. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Then I have one decimal point. So move going to the left. So 36.8 pounds for 2 green bags. And one blue bag weighing 3.7. So I have 36.8 for green bags and 3.7 for blue bag. So if I'm going to get the total number of pounds, so it should be 15, regroup 1. This becomes 10, regroup 1. This is 4. So the answer is 40.5. And 40.5 is less than the weight limit, which is 41 pounds. That's why his bag is within the weight limit. So the answer is yes, because 40.5 is less than 41. For 23, Michael keeps track of how much time he uses his family's computer each week for 10 weeks. He created the frequency table with the data he collected. How many hours did Michael spend on the computer? So 3.5 means 3.5 if I'm going to change it into decimal form. And 4.5 means 4.5. So if I'm going to get the total number, 3.5 multiplied by 2 is 7. 4 by 4 is 16. 4.5 multiplied by 3 is 15. Regroup 1 is 13.5. And 5 times 1 is 5. So to get how many hours did Michael spend on the computer, you just simply add the following. So 16 plus 7 is 23. 23 plus 13 is 36. 36 plus 5 is 41. Then plus 0.5. So the answer is 41 and a half, or 41.5 hours. Number 24. Sarah is multiplying two factors, one with one decimal place and one with two decimal places. She says the product would have two decimal places. Is she correct? Explain your reasoning. The answer is yes. Although the factors have a total of three decimal places. If the product ends in a zero, the zero could be dropped, leaving only two decimal places. For number 25, Heather clears a rectangular region in her yard for a garden. If the length is one digit whole number and the width is 5.5 meters, what is the least possible area and what is the greatest possible area? So, explain how you found the answer. So the answer is 5.5 square meters, which is the least possible, and 49.5 square meters, which is the greatest, because the least whole number is 9 and the highest whole number, because the least whole number is 1 and the highest whole number is 9. So we just simply multiply 1 multiplied by 5.5 is 5.5, and 9 multiplied by 5.5 is 49.5. Which of the following equation is not true? 75 multiplied by 3 is 225. That's correct. 75 multiplied by 0.3. So you have one decimal place. So move 1 going to the left. So that's correct. Then 7.5 multiplied by 3. So we have one decimal. So it should be 22.5, not 2.25. So that is not true. And 75 multiplied by 0.03, so you have two decimal places, so 1 and 2, that is also correct. And for number 27, which of the following equation is not true? The correct answer is letter C also, because 0.5 multiplied by 12 must be 6 only, because you have one decimal point. So that's it. Thank you so much and have a good day.